Hello, everybody from around the world. This is Samson coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Hope everybody is safe and having a wonderful summer right now. Today in the US is July 1st, so we're on the way to summer. Now, today, for those of you logging in, I was just checking. I want to welcome everybody and give a shout out to all our friends all the way in Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, Texas, USA, Canada. Welcome everybody. Hong Kong. Did I miss anybody? I'm sure there are more. A lot of times, one of the etiquettes is if you're going to come online, it'll be good to put your name plus where you're coming from, right? Where you're attending from. So welcome everybody from around the world. Now, today, we promoted the training as building from event to event. So that's one of the very basic things that we do. For example, this past year and a half since the pandemic, where a lot of people are locked down and some places, wherever you are, maybe are still locked down or maybe just starting to open up, there have lack of events. So building the business has been difficult for a lot of people because we cannot meet up face to face, or maybe at somebody's house, or maybe at a restaurant or a Starbucks, or where I hang out now, right? Or bigger events like a normal opportunity meeting, or even a huge convention that the companies puts together, or maybe from your team. Okay, so now we're opening up, and there's starting to be more activity again. All right. Now, for those of you who've been hanging on, okay, through the pandemic, well, I want to, give you guys a big hand, because a huge part of it is staying firm in what you're doing and keep moving forward regardless of the circumstance. One of the things I've learned, no matter what happened, our reality is created within ourselves, right? So it's not easy, because we're very easily distracted from what's happening around us, especially because how we see the world, for most people at least, is through our five senses, right? Your taste, your smell, your touch, your sight, and what else? Okay, or maybe our sixth sense, right? I don't know, maybe some of you have a third eye or something like that. I don't know. You can sense things, right? But regardless, that's our reality. That's how we perceive reality. That's how it is. So how can we change our reality? Well, there's a saying, success is an inside job. And that's so true, because how do we change our reality is by changing how we interpret our senses and what we sense, okay? So today, I want to get us in the right mindset. So instead of just doing, not only building from event to event, which I will talk about, I will do some, I pulled out of my pocket a couple of PowerPoints that I've used in the past. And a lot of it, it rings so true, and hope that it can resonate to some degree to wherever your journey is today, okay? It's interesting, in the USGS world, our US global system, leaders might talk about certain subject, but everybody has a different perspective on it. Everybody have maybe a slightly different way of working through it. So it's all based on their journey. That's why our system is so fantastic, because we're all just a group of people getting together and sharing what our experience, our journey, and maybe some wisdom, and that's very important. Here we go. So why don't we just go ahead and pull one of my older PowerPoints, but what, if it works, never goes out, it's timeless, right? So now, but I would say that, of course, I happened to start, in 2009, at the very beginning. There's a certain way to do business back then. Of course, the world has become more connected than ever. And maybe the methodology of the process is slightly different, but the psychology of the business is still the same. It's still the same. What people need to, inspire people to take action, what people need to see to say yes about maybe the product or the opportunity you're sharing with them. So today we're gonna do. I dug up the old PowerPoint called Jumpstart your business. So we'll go from there. Let me go ahead and share it. Today, we're going to cover a lot of basics. I'm going to go through it, and some of you have seen it before or know of it, but I will share my own personal best practices, my interpretation of what needs to be done to build a business. How's that? And what I found is that, I always say that, look, if you attend an event, and if there's just one thing the speaker says that can change you, your thinking, the way you do things, and help you become a millionaire, it's all worth it. Okay, that's why I promote so hard the events and the training, so that people can get the information they need. I don't know where you are in your journey, but it's somewhere. And look, no matter where you are today, in a way, we're meant to be where we are. Okay, but how we can keep moving forward? Well, I mean, everybody's in different circumstances. So when you have so many different leaders sharing, you'll get nuggets from each of them. All right. So let's talk about jumpstarting your business. So I want to start with a little idea, right? There's simple rules to success. I got into self-development. I started listening to all kinds of people, and before jumping into this industry, I have no idea. When I was in real estate and retail as an auctioneer, I have no idea that we need to develop ourselves, right? Why do we need to do that? I mean, because I guess in a way that came from a job mindset. Oh, I'm gonna do this job as a career, and this is how much I'm gonna make. So, I'm just gonna work hard, and that's how I'm gonna make more money. Well, the truth is, folks, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Working hard is not the only thing you need. Then it's not the only ingredient. There's many other things you need to do to be successful. So I put together, look, something very simple, because I once heard somebody say, to be successful, there's many ways to be successful, but to fail, there's only a few ways. Okay, so there's just a very simple idea, some simple rules to success. Number one, you need to believe in yourself. Okay, now what does that mean? Believe that you can do it. Right? If you talk about success, you can achieve the success. Success is subjective, so it all depends on how you define it. If you were successful today, how would your life be different? Okay, think about that and just write those things down. Okay, one of the things is that people put their goals so far away, like maybe a pie in the sky, but how are you going to fly to that pie in the sky or the moon, right? Well, that brings to mind, look, one of my favorite speakers, his name is Mr. Les Brown. He says, look, make sure you aim for the moon. Okay, whatever you do, you aim for the moon. It's so far away, just aim high, right? And he said, look, it doesn't matter, because if you miss, at least you land among the stars. I thought that was beautiful. Okay, so you got to believe that you can do it, and you can. All right, we were all born dumb, speechless, and naked. Look where you are today. All right, very simple idea. You got to believe it. You can do it. As a matter of fact, today I was talking, driving my kids, my daughter, to summer camp, and I just asked her what's been going on at school and this and that, and she's telling me certain things. I say, hey, you know what, Ellie, don't worry about it. You can do it. Just open your mind and ask questions and etc. So yeah, always know that you can do it. All right. For those who are parents, all right, we tell our kids all the time, but we have to make sure we tell ourselves. Okay. Second thing is a positive attitude. One of my favorite quotes is that, look, it's not the aptitude that you need to have, but the altitude in life to achieve that altitude. To fly high you fly high having a positive mindset, positive attitude about everything. All right. Now, being a realist, I would come to say that, yeah, I am positive, but there's always a negative, right? So what should I look at? Well, remember what I said at the beginning? Your reality is how you interpret your senses, what you receive from your senses, right? So having a positive mindset, it's a choice, right? If you think about it, it's a choice, okay? that when you look on the positive side, you naturally see more positive things and you move in more of a positive direction. So attitude is very important. And the second word, attitude, okay? It's all how you carry yourself, how you interact with people. Nobody wants to talk to somebody who's negative, right? Now, another thing is very important. If you want to be successful, always move forward regardless. Now, in our business, we deal with people, we deal with company, we deal with the marketplace. There could be all sorts of things out there and all sorts of rumors and all that. But if you're in the business and you're serious about it, every day, do something to move your business forward. Talk to some people, right? Share the information, right? Not only text or WhatsApp or all the techie ways, but on the phone. The voice have power, right? So keep your business moving forward. And sometimes maybe when you build a business, you might not get along with certain personalities, but that's okay. But if you're smart, if success was your only goal, all right, just keep moving forward, resolve the problem, or find a way to come together and keep moving. That's how people achieve great success. And success, no one person can be successful by themselves. It's always with a team of people, no matter what business you're in, okay? So another one is success can be learned, like I said earlier. You can learn to be successful, so do not worry about where you are. Now, in our business, since 2009, I've traveled all over the world. 40 countries or more, I think. I haven't really counted that lately. But the thing I see after talking, communicating, getting to know literally, not hundreds, thousands of people around the world. I've seen people create success in all shape and sizes, all backgrounds and creed, all races and colors, okay? So you are not limited for sure. If where you come from doesn't really matter, because people have proven that over and over again in life, right? Like Helen Keller. If you don't know who Helen Keller is, she's a very famous lady. She was blind and deaf. Now, how can a blind and deaf person become well-known, become famous? You just think about that. If she can do it, why not you, right? Well, she learned. That's how it is, okay? So now, and we just need the right information a lot of times. To be successful, we can learn. We just need the right information. So I always say one of my biggest things that I found in life through this industry is one of the most important thing is you work with the right people. So they can give, so you can see, observe, know, learn, watch the right things being done, the right information filtering down to you, learning how decisions are made, what is the right way to make decisions. So you just need the right information. Now, I want to share this with you because it is a lot about belief, okay? Most of us, are very logical and we think, yeah, the world is what we see, what we observe, okay? So I believe everybody out there knows about the rainbow, right? I'm sure all of you have seen rainbow, this natural phenomenon. You see in this picture, you see one rainbow and slightly two rainbows. And here's for sure, two very strong rainbows, right? And if you're lucky in life, you might see three rainbows. You better make a wish, all right? Make a wish, all right? But let me ask, have you ever seen a white color rainbow? All right, think about that. Okay, don't Google it. I'm asking you, is there such thing as a white rainbow? Because we all know a rainbow is how many colors? 7 colors, okay? If it's not 7 colors, it's not a rainbow. So now, do you believe there's a white rainbow? Is that possible, logically? Well, here we are. Here we are. Here is a white rainbow from the North Pole. Now, if you've never seen it before, you don't know about it, how can it be possible? Well, my point is, we just don't know what we don't know. Place yourself in a space of forever learning, because we don't know everything. If you want to look up how it's possible, how this picture is not Photoshop, where a white rainbow comes from, you do it, okay? But there is such thing a thing as a white rainbow. So now nothing I believe is impossible. I really don't, you know. Now, what I'm going to do in the next few slides, I'm just going to breeze through it because I want to get to other subjects which are very important to all of you. But I'm going to just talk about the best practices of the basic nitty gritty of what to do on a daily basis. Okay, so one of the things is you want to master recruiting, build your business partners with events. Uh, you know, do you want it? If you want it fast or slow now. The art of recruiting, what I mean is we can recruit a business partner or a customer. Okay, so recruiting in a way is like enrolling people in using the products, buying the products, maybe even marketing the products, right? So, and the whole idea of what we're doing, you know, what is staying young mean, what is anti-aging, and how to live the generation young, right? So part of it is about really going through finding the people that resonate with you and resonate with the message that you bring. Okay, so first, you know, you got to make two lists. Know your whys. Why is like your goals or your dreams and why you do the things you do, what you want to change in your life. If you can achieve the success that you want, okay, and it is what you want, okay, it's very important you think that, because a lot of people, again, let me quote Mr. Les Brown. I love this because it's very simple. He said, most people fail not because they don't have goals. Most people fail because they have goals and set their goals too low. Oh my gosh. Life, in a way, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You get what you ask for. So what is your why? What are the reasons why you're here? What are the reasons that will get you excited getting out of bed every day? Okay, I mean, you know, look, when you talk to people, some people may be very positive, some people may be neutral, some people may be negative. So but you gotta know the reasons why you're doing this to make it worth your while, to really, you know, get excited about it, right? So second list is a contact, about who you know by name, and they know you, or even by face, right? So people that you interact with, or even it could be people that you know for a long time ago, it's okay. But whatever that list is, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So make a list, you know, organize it by name, phone number, city, country, and make a note of it. And you know, look, a lot of people in our industry right now, actually the last maybe 5-6 years especially, or even actually again from the very beginning, I've asked, hey, Samson, can I use social media to promote? I say, well, you can, but you're promoting to strangers. The conversion rate is very, very, very small. You have to literally pay a lot of money to these social media companies to send ads everywhere to even get a certain number back. So I still haven't seen, to be honest, in this industry, anybody proficient at doing that. You know, I mean, really proving success. Not only talk about it, but really show you the process that makes sense and actually works. So I would say that it's still the old-fashioned way. It's about trust, and if there's no trust, how can we do business, right? Think about that. Okay, this is the concept that is time-tested, right? So it's about the word trust. Now, number two is action. You got to talk to people after you make the list. You got to see how they are, pique their interest. You know, like if you're going to go fishing, you got to get the fish interested first, right? Okay. Or if you're going to go dating, right? You gotta kind of flirt a little first, right? Or, you know what I'm saying? Get their attention or something. So you know, one of the guidelines we use is FORM. You know, these are just, it's a guideline. I found that some people stick to it very rigidly, but all these are just guidelines. Okay, they're not mandates; they're guidelines. So, you know, what are some of the common things you talk about? Well, yeah, we talk to your friends. We usually talk about family, how your family is, how is my family, or you know, common families, members, how are they doing? Or you know, maybe how's the job? How's the money situation now? Have you been working? Or maybe talk about vacation, like, oh, I'm itching. You know, I haven't traveled so long. My feet are all itching. We want to go somewhere. And of course, about money. Are you investing? How's that coming? You know, what's a better way to make money? Have you heard what's happening? And what is the latest thing, etc. I mean, just common topics. And again, these are guidelines. So, but it's very simple. Do you know if they're interested? What do you know? Two people that want to make money, want some time freedom, maybe be more healthy and look better, or maybe go out there and help people. Rich people love to help people because that's what gives them some satisfaction. They have everything else already materially, but they would love to do some charity or give somebody something or give somebody a chance. And of course, people would love to have fun. I mean, those people are the best in the business because they work hard and also play hard. Okay, like often you see on the webinar, Mr. Voss, he's a partier. Okay, maybe he's out there now. Okay, so anyway, so you ask, excuse me, if I can show you a way, are you open, right? So it's pretty much a circular process. Invite, and then you show the business, and then you ask them, well, how they doing? How to overcome objection is, instead of, a lot of times when you talk with somebody, the old me, okay, before coming in this industry I would talk until I convinced them to do something. Well, that's really old style. Nowadays, you don't have to. The more you try to convince, the less valuable the things you talk about are, okay? So you gotta have a little self-belief here. But you want to be on the same side as them. Do the products fit them, right? Does the opportunity fit what they need? That's more important. So something you can say is, I feel, I know what you're saying. Um, when I know what you're saying. I felt the same way, and this is what I found. I know how you feel about the products or our business. Well, I felt the same way too, and it depends on what it is. It could be maybe, I'm not sure if I have time. I don't have a lot of money, or I don't know many people. How can I build the business, right? Well, there's many ways. It's just trying to be on the same side and guide them and share with them how it can be done or what has been done by other people. So that's important. And then the last thing, very important, number 4, just to close the circular loop, is invite them to the next event. So it is a process in the business. You got to talk to a lot of people to get the few. So instead of selling, look, don't sell or convince. Instead, share from your heart. Be authentic. Be real. Why are you so hot about it? What are you excited about in the products? Does it work, and how you share it? How do you make money? Ask questions. Ask them. Ask about them more than about you, because the more questions you ask them, how you ask question, who, what, when, where, and how, right? These words, right? And why, right? So ask them many questions. Get to know them. Get to know where they are now, and then see if it fits. Because you're sharing something that from your heart, and that you care about them, and you want something good for them. Okay, and then ask permission. Look, if you're gonna ask a question, just wait for their answer. If it's a yes or no, just wait till they answer before you move to the next step. Give them time to think. Okay, it's very important. So you got to go through the numbers. You got to feed the funnel. Look for the diamonds in the rough. You can put all these people. It's like putting a lot of people in the funnel. The funnel has a lot of holes. A lot of people will drop off. But in the end, you have the diamond that comes through, right? A diamond in the rough, right? Somebody who might be the next superstar. I don't know, right? We have a saying, you know what? They're always one person away from explosion in the business. If whatever situation you're in right now, if you feel good about the business, if you feel bad about the business, or wherever you are, there's a lot of people working your team, or maybe you're just starting out by yourself, all that excitement can come any day. If somebody exciting comes into your business and they're excited and they want to talk to everybody in the world, I always joke, it doesn't matter how many people you know, other people probably know more, right? So that's how I go about it. And look, when you talk about things, it's important that you do the edification. Okay, this is another training all by itself. It is very important. It's like a little PR. Know how to do the PR. Know how to talk good about somebody to build trust. Okay, so I will always say that you are the messenger, and if you want to, tell somebody a message, well, you want to tell them the best way possible, right? To get the best idea so that they can see the big picture, right? Or the whole picture, right? So the best way, of course, is to leverage an expert. Have somebody else who know what they're talking about. Talk to your potential customer or business partner. So, and this is how you look between you and your friend or family. You guys have trust, all right? So, but when you edify, if you're gonna bring somebody in to share with them, make sure you say something good about them or put them like on almost like on a pedestal, edify them. About how well they are, how knowledgeable they are, how well they're doing in the business, how much information they know, and then when you do that, then your customer or potential business partner will respect the expert. That's how it works. Now that's a whole very in-depth training. Okay, you can take a screenshot of that and just study a little bit. Okay, especially which way the arrows point in that slide. Now. So what I found out that in any business, not only ours, in any business, trust plus respect equals sale. Like what I mean is like when I was in the furniture business, I have 3 stores. I spend money on the rent. I spend a lot of money on the advertising. So people come in, all right, because of the location. One of my stores, for example, was next to Starbucks, so I get a lot of foot traffic. But as a customer come in, I always encourage my salespeople, well, get to know them, observe what they're wearing, and then get to know it. Are they single? Are they married? Do they have family? How many in the family? What's their lifestyle like? Are they very sociable, etc.? Get to know them. What part do they live in, etc. And then share with them how what we have and how we can help them. Find maybe they need a special size sofa, for example, right? So show them what we know, show them how the expert you are. So product knowledge is important. So that then you can earn their trust and they will respect you because you know a lot, you're the expert. And then you know what, trust plus respect, you have a sale. That's how it is. But here it's one step further. It's even easier because it's not you who have to earn their trust, because when you talk to people who know you, you already have their trust to a certain degree, right? And then when you introduce an expert, they know everything. They can answer all the questions. They can, share the opportunity and the products. It's better than you sharing it yourself. Trust me. If you want to do it easy way, that is the best way. Okay. Now let's see what's the next slide there. All right. Now next thing is we want to duplicate it in our system, in our team. Okay. So one of the things I found is, and you feel free to take a screenshot, but I'm just going to kind of paraphrase it. Okay. Is that it's important that we keep it simple and fun, because nobody wants to do something complicated and it's a disaster. It's not fun. Okay, so just think about that. So people want to duplicate it. So think about how you do the business, or you watch your leaders how they do the business, and if it's simple, it's easy, that means anybody can do it. And so a long time ago, I thought about that. You know what? I realized, having been in real estate for many years, being in sales in my furniture business and the owner at the same time for many years, having been an auctioneer, able to talk a lot, I can talk. But I realized, you know what? Not everybody can do that. So how can they do the business if they cannot talk, right? So that's why you leverage an expert to talk for you. So I was like, to keep it simple, for example, if you don't know how to talk, find a leader that can talk for you, okay? And then you know how to grow the team. If you cannot talk, find people who can talk, and if they become business partners or customer, they will willingly share the information, the excitement without you, okay? So that's how it's duplicatable. So don't worry about how you are, but there's a whole system. Everybody leverage on each other's abilities, and that's how we can do better, all right? Now, second, about building your business with events, and here's the thing, the title of our training today about building the business through events. It's important that you have events, things that either you set up, or your team sets up, or your leader sets up, or the company sets up. Every event it's a marketing, it's sharing of knowledge, information, processes, maybe mindset training, a lot of things. that can change people's lives. Now, to be very, very straightforward, I remembered in 2006, no, 2005, a friend of mine invited, more of an acquaintance invited me to this meeting at a hotel to talk about building a business. And at that time, I really had no money because I lost a lot of money in furniture business. I just started as an auctioneer. I was making, a weekly paycheck, maybe working 2 or 3 days a week only. And that at the time, I had no idea. And this gentleman just said, "Hey, come anyway. Don't worry about it." So I came, and it's at the Hilton Hotel in San Gabriel, California. And I met this lady, really talked really fast, from Hong Kong, just like me. Her name is Kim Hui. And she said, "Oh, this is a life-changing business." When I heard that, to be very honest, I thought to myself, I've never seen a business change somebody's life. What does that mean? Now, of course, you got to understand at that time, my mindset was like, I just lost a bunch of money after 10 years in the furniture business. I'm trying to get in the auction business and try to build it. Um, how is it life changing? Well, I'm going to show you in a minute because, like I said, your reality is all within your head. So it's all how you look at things, and how then by how you look at it, you're going to manifest it. You're going to create it. Okay. It's going to lead you down that road from where you think. Okay. So building with events is one of those. So events are very important. And that meeting changed my life because I always remember Kim. She always had the positive smile, positive energy. And she's quite amazing person. So what are events? Here are some of them. You can do a three-way call. So for example, if you're the messenger, you want to bring the message to your friend, you can have an expert talk for you, and you get on the phone three-way. And nowadays you can do FaceTime, a video, or whatever, video on the phone, video on the computer, Zoom, whatever. You can do that right away very easily. Instead of texting, the voice and the image has power. And I'm going to tell you logically why. There's something called NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. It's a very specific study. And what they found out in communication, 7% of communication are the words. So that means that when you text somebody, you're only getting 7% of the information out. Okay? About 33% of that of communication is the tone and the context, right? So you can say, "I love you," or say, "I love you," or say, "I love you," or say, "I love you." Same words meaning different things, right? So it's important that you use your voice and image, and because video is great, or if not face to face, because the other 55% of the communication is your body language, it's your facial expression, right? You can see a lot more from that than listening to the words or the context even, right? That's why there are language experts out there. You can tell when somebody's lying, for example, right? So three-way calls, but make it productive, or you can set up little coffee shop meetings, or using tools, DVDs and CD. Oh, can you imagine? We used to use DVDs and CDs many years ago. Now it's website and social media, etc. Right? YouTube. Or your local meetings, many places starting to open up, so people are starting to gather again. Webinar just like this one, you can do a private business reception, get people together, have a little reception, a party to launch a business, and also conventions. These are some of the events. So the picture you see here is actually one of the first meeting in 2009. We were at a restaurant. They have an extra room. We pay for the food. We get the room for free. And look, we started maybe 15 people, 20 people, every once a week, twice a week, and then 3 times a week, then 4 times a week, etc. And the meetings got bigger, bigger, bigger. That's how it is. And look, nowadays we're doing a lot of things online. All of you can do that too, all right? So these are very a matter of fact, very actually the things we use like Zoom and all that and the videos is actually very updated, if not transcend traditional business, all right? So your job is not, is to sell events, promote them, get the people there, because, it's set up in a certain way where, we teach you the best practices so you can communicate the message effectively to whoever you intended to, right? So we do have a saying called the 5 M's. More meeting means more money. So if you're in the business to push the business, that's how it is. The more meetings you have, the more money you have, the better the chance to make money. So look, we're in the pandemic still, and some of you are locked down, some of you are unlocked down, opening up, or some of you are in full swing back to normal. Well, if you don't have events by your team or leader, you can set some up yourself, do some calls, get people to help you, get your leaders to work together, get your sponsor to help you, etc. And then look for the local meetings which are happening, or nowadays we do like Facebook Live or YouTube, or the company have their own channel or Zoom like this, put it by all kinds of people from different backgrounds, different countries, a real international business, all right? And you are in charge of that, okay? So, one of the first rules of success by Mr. Jack Canfield is take responsibility for yourself, for your own success or failure. Very important, okay? It's up to you. So meeting conducts at these meetings, when we used to have live meetings, we teach, look, be on time. We got to start the meetings on time, even online, okay? We start always on time so we don't waste people's time. Dress professionally. Don't just no tank top and flip-flop. Well, online flip-flop, you can't tell, okay? But dress professionally because you're representing something valuable, right? Have a friendly atmosphere, always with a smile, phone off. I turn my cell phone's not even here. It's in the other room, right? Hold the questions till the end if you're part of that. So the meeting, so let the speaker speak it through the presentation or the talk. Then it's open for Q&A, then it's allowed. So, and then if you're going to go with somebody or talk to somebody, sit with them, share with them, and then ask them, don't go in and don't distract them. Don't go in and out the meeting, don't distract them. And also participation, be a part of the meeting. That's the best part. If somebody say, hey, if you're excited on the Zoom, type one in the chat. So everybody type yes. And so people see it happening, right? That's exciting. Even though it's just online. When we do live events, it's even more exciting, right? All the cheering, all the clapping, all the congratulations, etc. So, and that's in a way is how we put the events together. The meeting is for your guests. It's not only for you, okay? So the golden rules in building the business successfully, the first one, for example, is the 4SW. Some will join you, some won't join you. So what? Someone's waiting next. Or we can turn it like, some will buy, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting next, okay? So all your goal is to just get through it as fast as possible, get through the number of people so you can find the customers, you can find the business partners who want to build it, okay? Now, and a lot of times, I learned not to prejudge, because there's a saying, those who think can do it, can't do it. And those who think can't do it will surprise you. I've seen that over and over again. And we kind of can translate that into those who think will join you, they won't. Those of you who think won't join you, they will. I cannot emphasize how many times I've heard that, from somebody, this person just started the business and they joined their sponsor. But they also found out when they came to the meeting, they knew somebody else, but it's just that person didn't call them. So because they thought they didn't need the business. Don't prejudge. You never know the situation people are in. They might, like me, when I was in the furniture business with 3 stores, I know it looks great. I have these big stores. I have a lot of inventory there, but but to be truthful, I was struggling, and like people, and I was not mature in the business world at the time. So even when I'm struggling, I was not open to any other opportunity to bring in more cash flow. So you'd be surprised. The most important thing is that, get through people, just be open to them, and hopefully they'll be open to you, and you can change your life. You can change a path of where they're going, or give them a little hope so they can open their mind and see other things. They can turn their life around. So now we always talk about apples, because everybody eats an apple, right? Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Like I tell my kids all the time. So, well, when people are open, they're ready to go, they're like the red apples, okay? Well, if they need more information, a little bit more time, they're kind of like the green apples. They're not ripe yet. But there are people who are just negative, okay? And they're like the rotten apple, okay? All mushy and gushy. And I had a few of those the other day. I forgot to eat them, and they're all mushy. I'm like, okay, time to put it in the trash or the compost, okay? Put it in the garden, okay? to fertilize the other plants, okay? So negative, just run from there. You don't have time for those people, okay? Now, are you willing to go through the numbers? That's the question, because a lot of us who quote unquote are pros in the business, the difference between us and maybe brand new people, we're willing to talk to anybody. It doesn't really matter to us because we know the real value of the opportunity because we've made a lot of money doing it, like a lot, okay? And why wouldn't anybody want it if they knew that was the fact, that they can do it too? So some people, of course, they don't have that self-belief, like I mentioned earlier, so they're not going to do it. They're just, oh, making money is too much headache for me. I said, are you sure? Are you allergic to money? Okay, there are people like that. So, but sometimes you just don't know. So we used to have a talk, and the talk has evolved. Do you know two people? But it's not about the two people only. Okay, so let me describe to you this way. All right. So the numbers can, if we're going to go purely numbers, logically, the numbers can be huge. Let's say you start the business today, and in your list of contacts, 100, 200 people or more, 300, 400. I don't know how many you have in the cell phone, okay? And you start calling people who are maybe open-minded, they're business-driven, they want to get ahead, they need a change. Maybe they know a lot of people, they're influential. So you go through all the people in the first month, out of all the people, some become customers, but you only get 2 business partners, for example, or 2 customers. Well, if they go out to share next month and they do the same thing, they share and they look for open people who could buy the product or decide to jump into business. And let's say each of those 2 people, get 2 customers, okay, who buy a product, and maybe they decide to do the business. And we duplicate it. By the 12th month, you're going to have 4,096 people joining in the business. Now, numbers are perfect. People are not. But let's say, for example, by the 12th month, you fail 90% in this calculation, and only 400 people join you in your group that month. Is that a good month? All right. Now, talk is cheap, practice is everything. Let me tell you, practice, the numbers could be different, but you know what? The business works because the products work. The platform works. That's how it is, okay? So what happens is business that, you have what it takes. Success can be learned. There are ups and downs, and you got to do teamwork. Focus long-term, 18 to 24 months, be persistent and consistent, go through the numbers. Sometimes, you're going to have your bad day, but you know what? You just got to go through it. You know what? Every day, you're going to move your business forward. It doesn't matter, talk to 1 person, 10%, 20 people to share, okay? So you can do it. Look, if I can do it, everyone can do it. Why not you? For sure, you can do it. And the only investment in our business is sacrifice some time and effort, really. Because the products, they work. You use it, you start changing, you're feeling good, you're looking better. You know what? People are going to take notice, even if you don't open your mouth and say, what's with you? Right? What are you doing? It's funny, I had this fantastic business partner, and when he first joined the business, he was 18 from Malaysia, and he wanted to do business. In his teens, 15, 16, 17 years old, each year he tried to build websites, get a lot of inventory and try to sell online. It didn't work because he ended up stuck with the stuff he couldn't sell. Well, when he started the business, he asked, so how can he move the business forward? He's so young. All his friends, they don't need the anti-aging product. And the only thing I said, look, do they have parents? Do you have relatives? Do they have relatives who are older who can use the products or maybe interested in making money? But the thing, look, of course, right? So he started doing well. But what's the greatest thing is that, I never prejudge anybody, regardless. But this young man decided to dress up in a suit. He said, you know what, business, he's going to dress up. He just started college. He's going to dress up. Dress shirt, look sharp, no more t-shirts and flip-flop, just dress up. And he told all his friends who decided to do the business to do the same thing. All of a sudden, all the parents, all the relatives, those things like, what are they doing? They're all like dressed up. They look so serious, right? And that, I guess, just so simple, peak interest, just like that. So that you don't know how the business can go. And you know what? This young man, made it all the way to Ruby. So he did pretty well. He made money, that's for sure. So it does take some time and effort and make it fun. Take massive action that you want massive reward. So And you never know, you can change someone's life starting with yours. Okay, so this PowerPoint is a lot of fun because this is pretty much let's see, where did my mouse go here? Here we are. Okay, so this is how we kind of started the business many years ago. Uh, and then thanks for clicking in. So now, so we have a 15 more minutes. Okay, so I want to share with you the next PowerPoint. Now, I've shared it in Southeast Asia before a long time ago. I don't know if some of you are still around, but I thought it's a good reminder, okay, about the road to success or on the road to success. Now, one of my favorite icons in history is this person here. Okay, how many of you know who that is? If you do, you can type it in the chat. Okay, let me see if I can pull the hold on, let's see, I can pull the chat up here. Okay, where's the chat so I can see you guys? Okay, that's a Q&A. Okay, if you're, there we go, I see it. Okay, yes, there you go. Muhammad Ali, that's right. Okay, he's the greatest. He was the greatest before he was the greatest. Because that's always what he called himself. He's the greatest. Those two words, I am. Listen to me, okay? Those are some of the two most powerful words in the world. You are who you think you are. You are who you are. Am, right? Being is a verb of being, right? I am this. I am that. Is the two most powerful words. I'm the greatest. That's what he always said, regardless when he was starting out, whatever. And he became the greatest, and people acknowledge him as the greatest. So think about that. It's a very important, very serious point here. It can change your life now. And about belief, and the thing is that a lot of people, they don't believe. How many of you have heard about the story of the chicken, the little old chicken that grew up? Okay, so long time ago, long time ago, it's like telling a story to my kids, right? Long time ago, far in the galaxy, far away, there's this farmer, and close to his house, there's a mountain, and this farmer loves hiking and mountain climbing. So one day he decided, you know what, he's going to take a day off. Farming is hard work. He decided, take some food in the backpack, maybe some water, and he decided to climb up the hill. So he climbed up this mountain, which is the tallest mountain in the area. And he kept going, and then all of a sudden, when he was halfway up, very high already, it's getting dark, and you see the storm coming. He said, I got to get home. But you know what? He ran upon a nest, a big nest. He decided to, there's some eggs in there. He decided to take one, and you know what? He got to go back to the farm. So he got this big egg, right? This big egg, and don't know what's in it. They decided, you know what? Why don't he just put the eggs with the chicken, right? So the chickens, so here's an egg. So the hen starts to sit on. There's a hen that starts to sit on it. And soon this egg hatch, and there's this little chick, right? So this chicken, what did they do every day? The farmer come feed them, and they go toot, 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 toot. They put their head to the ground and pick up the seeds and all that. And they live and they lay eggs, and then same thing over and over again every day, right? But soon this chick start to grow and become very big. And it was amazing. He had a good life as a chicken, and it's terrific. But one day, so they were out in the yard, all of a sudden he saw this huge shadow go across the ground. And he looked up. He saw a bird flying really high. And so he asked his chicken friends, he said, wow, that's amazing. What kind of bird is that? Well, the chicken said, don't mind him. He's just the eagle, the king of the birds, all right? So don't worry, he's fly up there doing his business with chickens, all right? So anyway, little do we know, that little chick that came down from the mountain was an eagle, but was only living as a chicken. That's how it is, okay? So we believe who we are by not what we are, but what we think we are, All right. So your belief is very important. Now you know the chicken story. Maybe you're an ego in disguise. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. So you got to have some dreams. I remember many, reading about in 1960s, the president of the United States was John F. Kennedy Jr. He set a goal with the NASA, right? National Aeronautics Space Agency of the US, right? So say, we're going to go to the moon and we're going to do it in 10 years. All right. Now, at the time, the technology was not around. They had really literally had to create everything. They had a dream, right? To set a goal, to give hope to the people, to say, hey, we're moving forward as a society, as we're going to be a leader in the world. And you know what? Before 1970 and in 69, NASA landed the first man on the moon, Mr. Neil Armstrong. So unless you have a dream and you don't shoot for it, can you imagine all the creativity, all the scientific minds that came together to create a rocket, to a spacesuit and rovers to go from the Earth to the moon? Never done before. Think about that. What can be done if we have dreams? A lot of times, look, so a lot of people say you'll see it when you believe it. Actually, yeah, that's how it is. When you believe it, you will see it. Okay. So what that means is like, I don't know, it's like, look, those of you in Asia, I talk about when I talk about growing bamboos. You know how bamboos grow? The first, you put a little stick of bamboo in the ground and you like give it all the sun, the water, the fertilizer, and maybe love every day. Say, I love you, bamboo, please grow, please grow. The first 4 to 5 years, you get nothing. It doesn't do anything. It just sits there. You're like, is this bamboo? Did I plant it right? I mean, after 5 years, nothing happens. But you know what? After the 5th year, between the 5th to 6th year, when it's ready, it will shoot up 90 feet in the air. That's how it is. The bamboo was doing all the work underground. You don't see it. To solidify itself, to root itself, to grow 90 feet into the air so it doesn't fall down. Think about that. So, a lot of times you might not be getting the results yet, but if you keep at it, you will get it. I always believe that even though at the beginning of the business, I never made a lot of money in this kind of business. I just go out and do it and do it and do it. I believe that every little ounce of energy I send out to the universe, it will come back somehow. Okay. And it come back so much more. Okay. Follow a system, proven system means people who have done it, they prove themselves to be capable and successful and know what they're doing. Okay, success is a life process and life journey. So don't forget about that. And leadership and teamwork, it is a huge part of it. When you see the geese flying in the L formation, and they're traveling thousands of miles from north to south, south to north every single year. Somehow they get to where they want to go, the same place every year. And you know what? And you see them and they're like quacking away, and you have that lead, a goose leading the rest of the pack in an L shape, and they're going quack, quack, quack. You know what they're saying? They're saying, you can do it, you can do it, fly a little longer. I will help you. I will support you. I will take your place next. I will do the leading next. I don't know. I guess geese, they know about leadership and teamwork much more than most people, right? It's interesting, isn't it? So a lot of it is what you think. A lot of it is hard work, not hard work. Know your self-worth. You're more powerful than you ever know. Okay, what's in the middle? You were made with a purpose. Okay, overcome your fears with the power of love. What I mean is, look, a lot of times what we have inside, people can see, especially when we're stressed. It's like an orange, when you squeeze an orange, what do you get? What do you get when you squeeze an orange? You get what? Watermelon juice? No. You get lemonade? No. You get orange juice. So when you get squeezed, whatever's inside will come out. If you put the pressure on yourself, other people put the pressure on you, whatever's inside, come out. Only your true self. So how to overcome? You got to have that power. Power of self-love. And a lot of it is hard work, the heartaches. Okay, that's part of the business. And I want to quote somebody, Dr. Brene Brown. I thought, she studied, actually. She is a sociologist in the US. She's an expert in shame. Why is that? What a subject to study, right? But what she said, I found, is very thought-provoking. Okay, when perfection is driving us, shame is riding shotgun, and fear is a backseat driver. I thought that was very telling. Most people are where they are in life because of fear. All right, and because they're afraid, they don't want they're afraid of how people look at them. That's why when perfection is driving us, because a lot of people, they need to be perfect. Well, shame is right next to you, because we want to look perfect so that we look good to other people. And what's behind us? Because it's caused by a fear of how it is. And then the other thing she says, vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up, be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. So it is power versus fear in a way. So how to overcome that? Be authentic, love yourself, forgive yourself, because authenticity is powered by love. It's not important what other people think. It's more important how you think of yourself and moving forward in the business. And some of the most successful people in the world, they really don't care what other people think, because they know who they are and they accept themselves for it. Those are the most powerful people, let me tell you. Speak from who you are. That's the easiest way. Be in alignment. Whatever you say, do. Be compassion, because be compassion, like not only have compassion, but be that for yourself and for other people. So because we're only humans, people make mistakes. Okay, so that's the only way we can be authentic. And some of the most inspirational people that I know, they went through some of the roughest things in life, or they did some of the worst things in life, and then later did the best things in life to change their life, to turn their life around. For me, that authenticity is the most powerful, the most believable. Michael Jordan, look, he wanted to be a winner. He says some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen. You make a choice, okay? You make your choice. So, and I would kind of conclude the last 3 minutes with this story here. In life and business, look, if you're gonna go out and get something, it's like pumping water from a well. So this is a picture of a pump. Now, before any water come out, you have to prime the pump, get it ready, okay? So imagine the water is really, really far down in the ground, maybe, 50, 100, maybe 200 feet, and you're like pumping, you're putting the pressure in to squeeze the water out, and you're going boom, 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 pumping up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, trying to pump it out to get the water out. And what happened? And that pump you might need the oil, might be squeaky, might be rusty, and you're pushing hard, faster and faster and faster, and you're getting tired. Nothing's coming out. But you know what? The moment you give up all that water that was on the way up, that did not reach the top, go all the way back to the bottom the moment you stop. So that's how success is. You got to pump it. You don't know when it's going to come up. But if only the next pump, the next push, the last breath that you put in, that the water would come out. And when the water does come out on the water pump, after that, you do not have to push as hard. You just push slower but consistent. The water keep coming out and gushing out with a lot less effort. Folks, that's how it is. In a way, that's how business is. That's how life is. So look, I would encourage all of you, if today any of this resonate with you, put it to practice. Make a decision what kind of mindset you want, who you are, what will empower you. Look for those on a daily basis, and you can build a business. You can be successful. If I can do it, when I started the business, I really didn't have any money, just a job, in an apartment. I downsized to a little room in somebody's house. I went at it, finally got some traction, able to start to travel, got a little bit, one bedroom after that, a back house, and then still making money, went from a Honda, bought a Porsche. Okay, crazy, right? But I was helping so many people. It was such joy. To be honest, I never really aimed for diamond, because when I first started, nobody knew what diamond was. What is that? Okay. But all I thought was, Kim, we blazed the trail. She was first of every rank. And it's just, if she can do it, why not us? And we did it together. We encourage each other together. And with teamwork and trust, that's how we can build a business. One other thing, let me share with you. For those of you, most of you are still on the way. One of the things you will find, aside from money, is the most precious asset that you will ever get in this business if you build it right. The most precious asset you will get in this business is not money, it's friendship. It's your personal growth. If you want to leave a legacy is not money. Legacy is, for example, Les Brown, it's not what you leave to people, is what you leave in somebody. That, for me, is really the true value of this business. And we can all pay forward some degree, a smidgen of our wisdom, of our experience, that other people can succeed learning through all of us. This world can change. It'll be literally the biggest redistribution of wealth in the world. That's why I'm in this industry. So hope you got something out of it today, folks. It's been an amazing hour sharing all this with you. For those of you, hey, how come Samson pulls some old PowerPoint? Well, it's the PowerPoints that we have. Wherever we travel, every single event, we create a new PowerPoint. Each leader does themselves. There's no template. It's a journey-based training. So I hope that we can share and continue to share journeys for you so that you can get the inspiration and the right information to move your business forward. So I look forward to all of your success, hearing about it, seeing it, and congratulating you on it. So God bless, stay healthy. This is Samson Lee signing off from LA today. Take care, folks.
If you see something for yourself, get back to the person who shared this video with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the official USGS YouTube channel to receive future videos.